And I think he's underrated. Bob, like you said, Bob
Yeah.
is kind of like one of those people that kind of goes under the radar, doesn't get that much acclaim, but is a very talented MC. To you, kind of like, what were your overall takeaways from this project?
Yeah, I always call him like the Tim Duncan of hip hop or
Yeah,
rap. It's just consistent. It's not going to be flashy. It was interesting you said about the dance hall feel that it was redundant and repetitive. I thought it was a nice switch of pace. Um, some of the things
not
he,
all of it. A couple of
oh no,
tracks,
yeah,
couple
yeah,
of
yeah.
tracks. Yeah, yeah,
Some were like okay, they were cool. I do think it gave it some seasoning to it because at some point I was like, okay, I don't know where you're trying to go, what you're trying to portray in this. Like the production was awesome. Like
right.
we only talk about real ish when we effed up. I was like, okay, I still don't like feel
Kind
like
of a vague title.
yeah, I don't know what you're trying to do with this album. Like he had some nice songs. I didn't like all the songs J. Cole was on. There were I mean Passport Bros. I see it was a more of a um album song now.
It
Because
is an
it
album
does
song.
flow. I love what he had. It's like number 9. I think 1 and 7 Deadly. I think I did like that track, and it
That was
flowed nicely.
crazy. Track
Yeah,
was crazy.
it flowed nicely into Passport Bros. And then I was like, hold up, this sounds familiar. Then I looked, I was like, oh yeah, it's Passport Bros. Okay. So, but I do like the flow of it, but I just didn't understand some of the placement of songs or the ideas or the concepts behind some of the songs. I'm like, okay, I really don't get it. But
Yeah.
I did like it. I did like it. There was like I like the back half of it. If that I don't know. I like the
You
back
like the second
half.
half more?
Yeah, I like from 11 down.
Yeah,
Well, I
for
didn't
me it's the first half I like
the
better.
first half, I don't know. It was certain songs on there that were cool, but like when it got to the back half, I thought it was really dope. Like I liked it. I really enjoyed like the dance hall because some of it was like, okay, you sound like Cole.
And maybe that's what it was. I felt like he was imitating somebody. It sounded like an imitation of somebody. Maybe like that was why some of the tracks, some of those dance hall tracks didn't work for me. But because I do like when Boss sings, like when he was singing like on Risk and even
Yeah.
Choppas, like
Oh,
it can really work. But what track was that you were playing?
Paper Cuts. I didn't
Oh,
try to
Paper Cuts.
press. I'm looking at the. You didn't like that
I
one?
didn't really like Paper Cuts.
That was the closest thing we would get to. I'm on my night job. It wasn't the same type of feel, but it was like what we were talking about. We are looking for that type of track. That's the closest of all the 4 songs. That's the
Did you like
closest
Home
we
Alone?
got to. I liked Home Alone.
Yeah,
I
Home
liked
Alone was
Home
dope.
Alone. I didn't like Passport Bros. Paper Cuts was all right. It was another one he was on.
I think he was only on 3. He was on Home
He
Alone,
said he was
Passport
on
Bros.
4. He said I'm on four songs from with my brother. I can't remember, but anywho, but nah, yeah, it was. I think it was solid. Uh, yeah, it was okay.
Do you think this is one you're going to revisit a lot, or is it just time will
Couple
tell?
songs, probably like 4 songs, like Home Alone. There's a couple of dance hall songs. I can't remember the name of it, but they're gonna get saved. I'm gonna go back through them and say probably like 4 songs. 4 out of 17 is actually bad. It's actually bad, actually. So it wasn't a solid album.
I was about to say, man, that's a low ratio.